Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. On August 26, 2025, after nearly 2 weeks of searching, 12-year-old Bryan Vasquez, a nonverbal autistic child who had gone missing on August 14th in New Orleans East, was located in a nearby lagoon. The New Orleans Parish coroner ruled his death a result of blunt force trauma caused by an alligator, following by a drowning. So, we're going to cover all of the tragic news and some other stuff that's making way that I was not expecting in this case at all, to be quite honest with you, on the other side of this. Well, hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. Really do appreciate your time. You could have chosen to be anywhere on YouTube. You have a lot of options, anywhere on the internet, anywhere in the world, and you chose to be right here. I know your time is very valuable, and I do appreciate you spending some time with me. Today is August 29th, 2025. It is currently 4:55 p.m. on the East Coast of the United States. Bonjour. Hello, my beautiful pearls. Good to see you all. Thank you so much for joining me. I really do appreciate you. So, this case, if you have been following it with me, it wasn't probably going to turn out good. I don't think any of us thought that, but it is also kind of taking another they're investigating some more, and I'm going to tell you all about that as well here shortly. 12-year-old Bryan, he was nonverbal autistic, and I'm going to pull up a picture of little Bryan right here. Good to see you all in chat. Thank you, guys. Please hit that thumbs up if you're just coming in. This is little Bryan right here. And he allegedly got out the window. And while he did get out of the house, he was seen on camera running down the street in his underwear. And he was seen going up to a couple people's doors, but then After that took place, the last place he was seen was on the corner where the lagoon was. And nothing else. They started looking for him and they figured he was in the water. Sadly, he had an alligator had gotten him. Now you got to remember, this is early in the morning, like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. And he had died from blunt force trauma to the head, along with drowning. And we're going to go to the press conference, right? Yeah, Jody. We're going to get to that because now Mom is being criticized, and we're going to get to all of that. Don't worry. But I want to take you guys to the press conference that had taken place, and I want you to listen to this. Here we go.
Superintendent's going to give us an update. We'll allow one question. We'll start with Travers and we'll end with Missy. Everybody hot?
Yeah, please remember when you ask your question to speak up.
You have to be sure you speak up for me.
Yeah, just come a little closer.
So, good afternoon, everyone. We do have a report. I told you yesterday that we would come back and address any outcomes from this morning's medical examination, and we do have the coroner's report. We also know that one or two of the outlets, the media outlets, already had the information, and we all wanted to be sure everybody was able to get the information at the same time. The coroner has determined that 12-year-old Bryan Vasquez died from blunt force due to an alligator and then subsequently drowned. We know that these are difficult outcomes, and we still have quite a grieving community and a grieving family. This investigation does continue. However, this afternoon, I did formally request that the Department of Wildlife and Fisheries eradicate nuisance alligators. That will begin this afternoon. And so we want the...
They are so dangerous, those alligators. They are so dangerous, especially, they hide underwater, but there is so much vegetation on those waters. It's bad.
Community in the Michoud neighborhood to be aware that we will have hunters in that body of water eradicating these nuisance alligators. We will have an NOPD presence just to make sure that people understood what was going on. I want to thank our Special Victims Division, and Chief Gernon to my right is the Chief over Investigations, as well as the Chief to my left shoulder, the Chief over Field Operations. This is a continuing investigation. It is not over. We will be looking at every aspect and histories, and we will like to continue to ask community to reach out through Crime Stoppers at 504-822-1111. We have received information, and we want you to continue to
listen.
Share any information, whether or not you think it is a small detail. It may not be a small detail to us. And that's the conclusion of my statement, other than to say that we are sorry to the Vasquez family for the grief and the pain they continue to suffer.
I know you all have your own investigation. You're looking at a lot of stuff in the time frame, but you talked about the 911 call yesterday. It's going to be made public. Do you expect there to be some inconsistencies or flaws with how that call may have been handled?
The original call? Yes, I do expect that. because the 5-hour delay is inordinate. And yet, in fairness to everyone, facts have to be put into context to get to the truth of the matter. And I don't know all of the facts, and there could be reasons to explain a 5-hour delay, but on its face, it's inordinate. And so when you ask me, do I?
Yes, we are now learning that there was a 5-hour delay, right? As well.
Expect some inaccuracies, yes, but I don't have all the information. Also, I do want to emphasize we are not the only investigating body.
I'm the
There are
investigator.
other investigators who are doing an investigation into history here.
Yesterday, the Vasquez family spokesperson said that the mother's phone was confiscated as part of the search warrant. I know yesterday the public information team did confirm that a phone was, a warrant was executed on a phone, but did not specify whose phone. We're just going to assume.
So mom's phone has been confiscated, and we are now hearing some reports that he allegedly may not have been cared for as good as he should have been, but we'll talk more about that.
It was the mother's phone. Ultimately, what changed in the investigation to decide to confiscate that phone days after, weeks after this investigation began?
Well, I can't go into that detail for you. I will tell you that the phone and phones were seized via a search warrant, which means it had judicial approval. We have to go before a judge to say why we would need the phones. And so that was screened and approved by a judge. And so we have the phones, and it may mean nothing. It is not an unusual step for us to take in order to look at everything. So that's what I can tell you at this stage. I don't know, Chief.
Ongoing investigation.
Channel 4.
Come up. I can't hear you.
So this was one force, an alligator, but you're also saying it's still under investigation. You're looking for tips from Crime Stoppers. Is foul play something that could be involved here? Kind of what is that ongoing investigation look like?
Because it is an investigation that's open, I cannot go into much detail, but we have to look at everything that we have some information on to see if there's any validity to it. And so we are going to continue to follow every issue, every lead that comes to us, because we have to seek out the truth of the matter. And it may be nothing more than what we have right now, but we do have information we need to look into.
Alyssa?
Mr. Patrick, yesterday you mentioned there were allegations in the past at some point against the mother. Can you confirm whether or not it had to do in regards specifically to Bryan and your chance to do other things as well? That's a good answer at this point.
I confirm for you that there is history. And so I won't go beyond that, but it is history. And there have been former allegations, and it's, not ready to speak to that myself, but it is, I don't know if you want. Yeah.
It's a matter of court record.
So I think that's a fair thing to say. It is a matter of court record, which makes it a matter of public disclosure. And so you can find history if you wanted to.
I can ask about the timeline of that. Obviously now we have we know how he died. Do we know whether he died that first day that he went missing, or if there was kind of a lapse?
We did ask that question, and the coroner couldn't confirm that. So we don't know the time, but we did ask that question of the coroner.
Hey, Jeff, you have anything? Missy.
Yes. Chief, you had said that several agencies are investigating. Can you say which agencies or entities those are?
us, obviously, Department of Family and Child Services. Who else right now? Fish and Wildlife, obviously, is doing their continued investigation that would be connected to us. And that's about it that I know of right now.
Chief, on the warrant, it stated that she was being charged with failure to contact the police.
I have not seen the warrant itself. If you want to speak to it, Chief,
Yeah.
I'm going to pick this up for you.
Really, my question is, she being charged for it or investigated for that?
It's a search warrant. So there is an investigation ongoing. As far as who is being investigated, we are looking at all aspects of this incident and kind of everything that led to Bryan's death. But nobody's been charged. There's been no arrest. There's been no arrest warrants issued. This is a fact-finding mission, and the police department will go wherever the facts lead us to go.
Shane?
It really is, because I was not expecting this in this one.
Sorry, Shane.
Yes, blunt force trauma due to alligator predation with the secondary cause of drowning is what we're looking at.
I spoke with the family rep again, and she pretty much just says that she feels like this is a witch hunt, that you all are just trying to cover up the issues on your part, but that the family did absolutely nothing wrong with you.
Yeah. We own the issue of the delay. We have not at all sidestepped that. We have formally owned it and acknowledged it. We are investigating it. We just shared with you that even there is history that well preceded anything associated with Bryan's death, but it could be important. And therefore, we're going to go with every lead that we have been made aware of.
All right, thank you all for coming
Yeah.
out.
Thank you.
Coming out. Stepping up to let her make sure she doesn't keep going. Yeah. And I'm actually going to another meeting,
So- There you have it. They are investigating the mother, and they're investigating themselves, it seems. And Bryan died because of blunt force trauma to the head due to an alligator. He also is secondary cause of drowning of death. And the other day, we're going to get more into the mom and all that, but WGNO TV ABC, I want to go to them. This is whenever they found him the other day. WGNO.
Bryan Vasquez in the marsh. It was actually the Cajun Navy that found what we believe to be Bryan through a drone and about 200 yards out into the
So yes, the Cajun Navy actually found him.
marsh. I do have the captain and the CEO of the Cajun Navy, who we personally thank, y'all. They have been out here tirelessly. You brought dogs, you brought drones, you were able to do things that some of us would not have been able to do through your expertise. And so I wanted to point out that it's really the Cajun Navy who we believe have found Bryan Vasquez. I have personally spoken to the mother and extended our apologies as well as our condolences. However, this case has shifted. This is no longer a missing juvenile. This is now a death investigation. And so we will be continuing. We had started this death investigation as well a little bit earlier in the missing juvenile. However, finding Bryan was the priority. Everything else can be done at a later date or as we look for Bryan. So now we believe that has occurred. I do have our Fish and Wildlife state.
Thank you, Linda. Thank you so much for becoming a member, my darling. Appreciate you. Welcome to the Pearl family. Now welcome our newest girl, Miss Linda. Thank you so much, Linda. Appreciate you. We're going to have a members only live later tonight, so make sure you join if you can.
Captain and his team with us. I have the captain and the major of the 7th district with us. And so I am willing to answer a question if I can. I will tell you, I know you will have this question, but I want to reiterate this. We know that we had a 5-hour delay. We know that. We immediately opened up an internal investigation, which is a formal investigation on ourselves for that.
It was a massive failure for this police precinct. I mean, it was, and that's unacceptable. It's unacceptable. Why did it take 5 hours?
Time delay. I have said to the public that I will get back with the outcome of that investigation. I have never shied away from difficult situations or difficult topics or difficult questions. And I plan to answer all questions, but we must have facts in context before I know fully what actually happened. And so
I bet you she's a hard boss to deal with. I just get that sense from her. I bet you she's a hard boss to deal with.
Till then, I will not necessarily be able to speak beyond what you know as well. And with that, if you have a question, I'll do what I can to answer for you. Chris?
Superintendent, you mentioned that this is a death investigation.
Yes.
At this time, do you all expect any foul play?
We have not eliminated foul play. So we look at everything associated with this, from whether or not as a simple missing juvenile to, we always look at all angles, and that includes foul play.
And just when it comes to when you all stop searching, the NOPD stopped searching, and then the Cajun Navy continued to search. Kind of talk to me a little bit about that.
I actually will turn it over to the chief who is over the legwork. So Chief Gernon, do you want to speak to that for me? And then if the Cajun Navy would like to speak to it.
As y'all know, Nicholas
Same,
Gernon
blessed,
from
happy,
the
yeah.
Investigative Services Bureau.
Same.
The NOPD has been out here on the ground, but we sent out a press release a few days ago indicating that we had shifted our focus to more of an investigative means. We had obviously searched this lagoon. We had taken out much of the debris and the vegetation that was hampering our search. We deployed drones, side scans.
So little Bryan Vasquez, he was from New Orleans area. He is 12, 13. I can't remember if it's 12 or 13. I think it's 12. 12 years old, and he is autistic. He went missing during around the early hours of the morning, 3, 4, 5-ish. And it took the cops 5 hours to get there, for one thing. Number two, he was seen on camera throughout the neighborhood. The last camera he was seen on, and by the way, he was in an adult diaper, by the way. And he was last seen on a corner of where the lagoon is. You know, New Orleans is below sea level to begin with, and then it's a swamp in a lot of places. So they kept looking in that area, and he was eventually found 2 weeks after he went missing. And a alligator got a hold of him. Blunt force trauma to the head is what killed him. And then a second, the second cause of death is drowning. So none of the neighbors knew which household he belonged to. Nobody saw him. It was at night. It was at night, early in the morning.
sonars, cadaver dogs. We had airboats out here for those first critical
Well,
4 days.
I wonder where mom is. We're going to get to that here in just a few minutes, and they're investigating her now. Now, mom, she doesn't speak a lick of English at all. And so you really don't get to hear from her. There's always a translator. And yes, absolutely nonverbal whatsoever. Bryan was either. Yeah, I went over this case. Yeah. This is kind of the update. Thank you, Angie. Thank you, Justin. Right. Thank you, my love. Appreciate you very much. Good to see you, Miss Angie. Thank you, lovies. Appreciate you. Good to see you. Thank you for your support. It is horrible to think about what he went through. Yes.
Or so. But as we did not get results from the lagoon, we had to shift our efforts to other sightings. We were getting a lot of tips from the community. And I really want to thank the community for the tips that they called in. They may not have panned out, but they were important, right? People that had sightings of him here may have seen him there. All those may have and hunches are important to us because you never know where one of those one little pieces of investigative thread might lead when you pull on it. So we had to shift our investigative focus to follow up on a lot of those other tips once we had conducted such a thorough search of this area. And we were really appreciative that volunteers, specifically the Cajun Navy, came in and continued their efforts, and that led us to where we're at today.
Can we talk a little about, I know it's been 2 weeks, you said cadaver dogs, diapers, drones. What actually helped you guys really get a hit on the body and everything?
So as the chief had said, the Cajun Navy had a drone up in the area, and they observed a possible body floating in the lagoon, and they called us. And so they can certainly speak more to what they were doing this morning and yesterday.
So this is the CEO of the Cajun Navy and his captain, and he can speak directly to those issues. Go ahead, Captain.
Step up to the mic, please.
Carroll.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
So this morning at daylight, we deployed another one of our thermal drones, and we knew that we had dogs here. We had dogs from 5 different states that came in. We also used this as like a training mission. So we knew that the dogs were hitting in several areas. We just never could recover, and we knew that time was getting to the point that, we may be able to find him. So this morning at daylight, we put the thermal drones up again, and of course we saw the body.
If you could talk about the condition of the body.
I can't speak on the condition of the body, and that's not for me to speak on him. He had been in the water for a little while, so there's that, but I can't speak on the condition of the body.
And as far as the family, if you all could tell me how they're doing right now, are they here?
The family is here. They're a little distraught, of course. They wanted a better outcome of it. So, but we do have some interpreters and stuff speaking with them and stuff, and of course NOPD is doing a great job.
He wasn't running from her or anything. He really wasn't. He's on camera in several different cameras. If you go back to my earlier live, I show him several times on camera. So there's that. Oh, thank you, Angie. Thank you so much. Really do appreciate you for becoming a member. Thank you, love. Welcome to the Pearl family. Really do appreciate
working with them. So they're a little distraught, but they're going to be okay.
Todd, if you could just talk a little bit about the area where the body was found. Did a shift in tide help possibly expose the body?
I'm not sure it was a shift in tide, but the NOPD did a great job of getting ring cameras from around here. So we knew that this was the last known location where Bryan was seen around 7:30 that Thursday morning. So we knew that this area, 5 different states dog teams came in, and every one of them, independent of each other, alerted to this area. So we knew that we was in the right area. So as far as I think they closed the pumps down, so the water kind of got stagnant, which is good because it kept the body in this area right here. So just want to thank NOPD, did a good job of keeping the area closed off for us to where we can keep the public out as much as possible.
Ty, we talked to her mom when everything first happened. She said she wouldn't believe that her son was gone until she saw a body or anything. How important we saw you guys with them praying, giving them info. How important was it for you guys to finish this work?
First of all, we're a nonprofit, so none of us get paid for this. We come out here because of our own. We have search teams that came in, like I said, from 5 different states, and every one of them, independent of each other, alerted in this area. So we knew that we're in the right area. We knew that there was something that we needed to further investigate.
This is Cajun
NOPD,
Navy.
working with them, they kept people out here for us. There was a lot of rumors that went back and forth about the body being found, and it wasn't. So NOPD got taxed a lot with their resources. So we knew
Yes,
that we
it
were in
is,
the right
Carol.
area, and we just stayed on it. We told the mother that we were going to stay here until we thought that we needed to go home.
All right, one last question.
Just something like this, you all didn't give up. Y'all kept going. Talk
He got
about
away in the middle of the night.
what you all do. If you could just talk a little bit more about that.
Got away
We
in the
have
middle of the night.
resources that a lot of times law enforcement don't have. They do a great job of what they're doing. Gator season opens tomorrow, so we had guys that were out here with their boats, so they were able to come out here and give a few days. We had drones, we had
Message
divers,
me, Michelle.
and
I don't know what
there
you
was
mean.
a car recovered. So we knew that this area we were in, we could also use it as a training mission, and that's what we did.
All right, Superintendent Kirkpatrick will close.
Thank you so much, Mr. Terrell. Y'all, we, as I said, this is still an open investigation for us. So we would like to encourage our community who's been a partner all along to, if they have any information, they can call Crime Stoppers. And the number for Crime Stoppers, of course, is 504-822-1111. And no tip is too small. If you just think that you have seen something or say something or you have information, please, you may remain anonymous. We don't want your name. We want your information. And that's the conclusion we have for this morning. We may have more information for you later.
So the mom said, well, the translator said for the mom that they always lock his bedroom door at night. And he has a sibling that's in the same room. But she said they did not lock the window. And he got out the window, allegedly. That's the claim.
But
now they're saying it's almost
as of this morning, that's what we have. And we're sorry, very sorry for the family to have experienced this loss. Personally, from NOPD, I apologize and have extended personally that we are sorry for what happened.
All right, thank you all for coming out. Chris, hold on 1 second.
Okay, so there's that. Now, again, there is a probe in the mother. Now, there's been some claims of neglect. I was not expecting it in this one, to be quite honest with you. This is one that shocked me, really.
Tuesday, the United Cajun Navy found 12-year-old Bryan Vasquez in the body of water behind me. On that same day, the NOPD obtained a warrant to search the mother's cell phone. Now, the mother is not charged, but the NOPD wants to know if the mother failed to properly report the child missing in time. During this nearly 2-week search, the family accused the NOPD of taking hours to show up after Bryan Vasquez was reported missing. Superintendent Ann Kirkpatrick says she wants to make sure everything surrounding this investigation is examined. She also says an investigation is underway as to why NOPD officers took hours to respond to the first missing report. Bryan was seen wandering in his neighborhood between 5:20 a.m. and 6:30.
These are actual videos.
NOPD officers took hours to respond to the first missing report. Bryan was seen.
This is actually him. This is at 5:28 Thursday morning, 8:14. He is in an adult diaper, from what I'm understanding. The last time he is seen is at 7:30.
Wandering in his neighborhood between 5:20 a.m. and 6:30 a.m. on August 14th. Data shows a call went out shortly after 10 a.m. and police did not arrive until after 3 p.m.
As would be the case in most cases, we're also going to look at everything in totality.
And I think it's absolutely sickening that the New Orleans Police Department, on the day that the mother finds her child, haven't even seen the body of her child, is coming here to take her phone away.
And again, a warrant has.
So that woman speaking right there, she is, I don't know, I guess, a friend of the mother or the family. There had supposedly been some tips that came in, and
has not been issued for the mother's arrest. The warrant was only issued for
wireless communication such as infrared, Bluetooth, built-in devices, internal storage, electronic data and media, hidden, erase, encrypted electronic data and media, photographs of device. You are hereby ordered. You are further ordered. So yeah, this is the warrant.
searching of her cell phone, reporting in New Orleans East, Winston Reed, WWO, Louisiana.
And the family will hold a vigil for Bryan tomorrow at 5 o'clock.
Yeah, we were going to get into that as well. But they did issue a search warrant for a phone the same day that he was found. Authorities have seized a search warrant to seize the mother's phone. Her name is Hilda Vasquez. As part of an ongoing investigation, the NOPD emphasized this is a routine investigation step and doesn't necessarily imply criminal intent. It may be nothing. It's supposed to be standard. Police Chief Ann Kirkpatrick said it may be nothing. It is not unusual to take this step. Court records show in 2013, when Bryan was just 3 months old, Hilda Vasquez, the mother, was convicted of simple cruelty to a juvenile following injuries consistent with child abuse, retinal hemorrhages, skull fractures, fractured legs, and punctured lung. She regained custody later, despite the severity of those injuries. No arrest warrant has been issued as of yet. The NOPD has confirmed that no arrest have been issued for Hilda Vasquez or any family member. The search warrant is solely for investigative purposes, they say. Now, just really, really, really crazy. I'm trying to find something. So it took her quite a long time to contact the police, and it took the police quite a long time to get the police out there, right? So at the time, okay, get this, guys. Hilda Vasquez, his mother, had injured the boy when he was just 3 months old in 2013, according to the police report reviewed by NOLA. 1 second. Oh, shit. I want to see that. Okay. So, when he was just 3 months old, can you guys just imagine? Like, here we go again. Here we go again. Here we go again. It's like if the parents do something, they get them back, and then they will either do something to them or not watch them, and then something else takes them. Yes, and remember, she didn't make that call for a long time either. Till 10 a.m. Get this. At the time, he was taken to the hospital when he was, again, Bryan, when he was 3 months old. Yeah, 3 months old. At the time he was taken to the hospital with extensive injuries, a damaged lung, fractured legs, a skull fracture, and retinal hemorrhages, the outlet reported. Same exact same thing as who? Emmanuel. Documents say the doctors claimed his injuries were acute and suspicious and non-accidental trauma, quote, end quote, and said that he was physically abused. Hilda had then received cruelty to juvenile charges in 2014. She then pled guilty to neglect, treatment, or neglect, according to NOLA. He was placed in foster care before being returned to his mom, the outlet said. So she didn't get, holy fuck, what I'm about to read. Oh my God. So she didn't go to jail. Get this. Another report came out later when in 2021 that Bryan had bruises and tapeworms. Bruises and tapeworms. What the hell? Oh my God. That's crazy. Hey, what's up? Thank you, darling. Appreciate you. Welcome to the little peachy. Thank you so much, Maggie. Good to see you. And thank you, Angie. Sending love from Canada. We love you. I love you guys too, Angie. Thank you so much. Really do appreciate you, my love. We are well, Miss Angie. Good to see you. And Dandelion, welcome to the Pearl family. Welcome the newest member of this Dandelion. Worms, tapeworms. Tapeworms will make you incredibly sick. Incredibly sick. Oh my God. Ugh, I don't even know. Documents say his disability was classified as, quote, traumatic brain injury, non-accidental. Although Hilda described him as autistic. My God. So was he not autistic? He just had a fucking brain injury because you beat the fuck out of him? This is exactly like little Emmanuel. This is exactly. No, nothing's wrong with the kids. They beat the fuck out of them. And then their brain doesn't work naturally. Holy shit. I was not expecting this. I really wasn't. I was not expecting this with this case. Oh my God. She needs to go to jail. She needed to go to jail last time. The first time she needed to go to jail. That's what is wrong with these fucking people? What is wrong with them? When is it okay? You hit your spouse, your ass is going to jail. They beat the fuck out of their kids. They get taken away for a second. They give them right back after they got a fucking traumatic. The reason he was in those fucking diapers now that we know is because she beat the fuck out of him. Really? Your 90 Mama Dukes, tell 91-year-old Pearl, Miss Pearl, high five. She knows it. She's lived it. She's lived life. She knows somebody when she sees them. You know what I mean? Pardon my French, but ma'am, for the 91-year-old, I'm very sorry, but I get really upset when this stuff happens because it is failure after failure after failure after failure of these kids. Just like Emmanuel. Just like Emmanuel. Almost the exact same thing. Everything. Okay. So get this. He had acute brain injury, brain bleeding, hemorrhaging, broken ribs, extensive injuries, a damaged lung, a fractured leg, a skull fracture, retinal eye hemorrhages. Documents say that doctors claimed his injuries were acute and suspicious of non-accidental trauma and said that he was physically abused. And later, another report came out that he had bruises and a tapeworm. Documents say his disability was classified as traumatic brain injury, non-accidental traumatic brain injury. That's his disability. Non-accidental traumatic brain injury. Not he was born this way. No. Non-accidental traumatic brain injury. She lied. He doesn't have autism at all. My God, the kid was probably running for his life. That's probably what he was doing. He was probably running for his fucking life. I can't. I just can't. I've never seen. What is wrong with these parents? Yeah. Hey, Where the Wind Blows. Good to see you, hon. Thank you so much for joining me. You're welcome, Where the Wind Blows. Oh, I did Where the Wind Blows. Yeah. Yeah. Oh my God, I got an instant headache. Did y'all see the video of him climbing out the window? I have not seen that. I don't understand how these parents, they can have a perfectly healthy baby. They have brain bleeds, rib fractures, punctured lungs, leg fractures, tapeworms, everything else. And then they plead guilty. Not a damn thing happens, and they get the kid back. And you expect them to stop beating the hell out of them. They're going to beat the hell out of a 3-month-old baby. Wait till they're teenagers. Okay. Yeah. It's ridiculous that this happens. There is no accountability anymore. They ain't scared to commit a crime anymore. What the fuck? They're not going to have anything happen. Oh my God. I was not expecting this. I just wasn't expecting it with this one. They're not parents. They're not parents. So yeah, she said he had autism. Bitch, you lied. He has non-accidental, quote, acute and suspicious from documents say doctors claimed his injuries were, quote, acute and suspicious of non-accidental brain trauma. Documents say his disability was classified as, quote, traumatic brain injury, non-accidental, although Hilda described him as autistic. This is a continuing investigation, Kirkpatrick said. It is not over. We will be looking at every aspect and histories. Police reportedly did not show up until 5 hours after the 911 call. And this is the thing. The people, so many of, like, most law enforcement's good. I believe most CPS is good. But there are those that are not. They don't. They do not. Precisely, exactly. In a sense, I mean, Jay Caro, from what we know of now, has done this to more children, but there's other kids in the house as well, number one. Oh, of course she was getting a disability check for him now. Of course. Yes. Yeah, and it's, I swear to God, that's the way it works. She beat the fuck out of him and has a non-accidental brain damage. She doesn't get in trouble for it. She gets the kid taken away, gives him back, and then they give you a check. That, it didn't go toward Bryan. And then it doesn't go toward Bryan. It doesn't go toward him. Oh yeah, she was getting a check. Hell yeah, she was getting a check. And not only that, do you know what it takes to get a brain injury? Like it's like being in the equivalent of a car accident. Unbelievable. Unfreaking believable. Okay, I'm getting some new information here. Okay. What is this? Yeah. The tapeworm, it can be from a lot of different things. It can be from contaminated water. It can be from dirty food. It can be from fecal. Pork is a big one. Pork is where, if you're going to get it from meat, it's usually pork. Flea infestation, all of that. But I'm trying to find who have not seen any of this. arrest and deport her. If she's illegal, she needs to be.
Good morning. Coming up at 10 o'clock now, I'm Rob Krieger. We start with breaking news this hour. A body has been found behind the home of the missing New Orleans East boy. Let's go out now live to Josh Robertson on the scene. Josh.
Yeah, we're right here near the media. We're at the media staging area, I should say, at the 13,000 block of Seventh Street. Right now, I'm going to step directly out of the way now so Jake can show you from this vantage point what we're able to see. The NOPD has this area blocked off right now, yellow tape, and we got word that there was a heavy police presence here in this area earlier this morning. When we arrived, this is what we saw. We saw a group of people standing over here on the edge of this lagoon. And again, to reiterate where we are, we're on a neighborhood, Willow Brooks. I think it's the Willow Brooks neighborhood, and it's directly off of Michoud Boulevard. But we're in the 130,000 block of Severs right now. This entire area has been canvassed for the past almost going on 2 weeks, ever since 12-year-old Bryan Vasquez went missing. And what we can tell you right now is that a source has confirmed to Fox 8 that a body was found. It looks like in that area where you see that group of people standing right now. We're working to confirm exactly who it is. At this point, we cannot confirm that it is Bryan Vasquez, but we are expecting to hear more from NOPD here shortly. They're going to be calling a news conference right here in this area coming up soon. And so, again, this has been a huge point of emphasis, not for just law enforcement, not local, state, and federal level. This has been really important to the community. The family has been absolutely distraught since Bryan went missing 2 Thursdays ago. He was seen leaving the home on Ring.
Listen, he was probably running for his life, in my opinion. He was probably running for his life. God only knows what he went through that night. God only knows. Who knows?
Camera footage wearing only a diaper. He is considered to be on the spectrum and nonverbal, and the entire community has been up in arms.
We learned after this video, no, he wasn't on the spectrum. Mom beat the fuck out of him. He's got a traumatic brain injury because of it. He had punctured ribs at 3 months old, leg fracture, broken ribs, brain hemorrhage, retinal damage, bleeding. That might be why she didn't call for a
Trying to
while.
do everything that they can to bring awareness to this missing child, and it has been
Other kids are in the home.
almost 2 weeks since he went missing, and right now it looks like a body has been found, according to the source that was confirming it to us. We are waiting to find out if it is indeed
Just
Bryan
like
Vasquez
Emmanuel.
or anyone else.
Just like
And as soon
Emmanuel.
as we find out, we will let you know. But obviously, you're taking a
They
look at
took
what's
her
going
phone and
on.
did a
This is
search warrant.
developing. It's ongoing. It's active as we speak. A lot of law enforcement agents running back and forth and seem to be circled around that area that you're looking at right now. We're going to go ahead and send it back to you. As soon as we get more information from the NOPD, from law enforcement, we're going to bring that to you. But for now, we'll go ahead and send it back to you guys in the studio.
All right. Thanks for that update.
There was a 5-hour delay. Then we immediately, but as the chief of police, I immediately requested that look at everything, but we do have several Spanish-speaking officers.
Sorry, I was muted, guys. I thought you could hear me. I apologize. Justin was the mom convicted in New Orleans. I don't know exactly where it was when it's matter of public record from what I'm hearing. I just cannot believe this, man. Cannot believe this. Let me look up something here. I'm going to look up something real quick and see if I can find it. Oh, okay. I've not seen this. I've not seen this one. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Here we go.
New details in the death of 12-year-old Bryan Vasquez help bring some answers to a very unclear incident. Wednesday, just one day after Vasquez's body was found, the coroner released the autopsy report. According to the coroner, Vasquez died by blunt force trauma and drowning. And
Nobody was ever talking about this case either on YouTube. I felt, because this was going on while Emmanuel was going on, and someone sent this to me and they said, Justin, please talk about this. Nobody is talking about this case because everything was going on with Emmanuel. And I went live and started talking about it while I was covering Emmanuel too. And I did not think, I thought it was just going to be that he got out, something really bad happened. I did not think it was going to be another Emmanuel case. Crazy.
PD Chief Ann Kirkpatrick says the blunt force trauma was unfortunately an alligator attack.
The coroner has determined.
No, the blunt force trauma, Marie, is from when he was 3 months old. Mom beat the hell out of him, and he had brain bleeding, retinal hemorrhaging, broken ribs, punctured lungs, fractured legs, he tapeworms, everything else. And he never had autism. He had a non-accidental traumatic brain injury because she beat the hell out of him.
And that 12-year-old Bryan Vasquez died from blunt force due to an alligator and then subsequently drowned.
So the alligator, I don't know where the alligator is, but no, he couldn't speak. He was nonverbal, just like Emmanuel's sister. You know, she's nonverbal because 3% of her brain works. A baby's brain is very delicate. That's what I said, Crystal. He's probably running for his life.
It's unclear right now Vasquez's date and time of death, since he was missing for.
They are supposed to be unaliving a bunch of alligators down there. Oh, thank you, WhatsApp, Justin. Your heart's always in the right place. Thank you, my dear. I appreciate you very, very much. I just felt bad for this little boy, and nobody was talking about him.
12 days. Vasquez went missing from his home in the east the morning of Thursday, August 14th. He was seen at least 3 times on neighborhood ring cameras between 5:20 a.m. and 6:30 a.m. The United Cajun Navy pulled his body out of the water Tuesday morning after they say the dogs hit several times in a similar area over the course of the search. Now, the New Orleans Police Department is investigating the boy's death. Kirkpatrick says they're looking at every aspect.
We are going to continue to follow every issue, every lead that comes to us, because we have to seek out the truth of the matter.
Kirkpatrick says that includes histories. Twice in 2 separate press conferences, NOPD has said there are past allegations against Vasquez's mother, but wouldn't confirm what those allegations were.
There is history. And so I won't go beyond that, but it is history. And there have been former allegations, and it's,
Not allegations. She pleaded guilty.
not ready to speak to that.
Hi, my name is.
Okay. Now, I've got the video of Bryan's last moments. New video shows New Orleans missing boys last moment seen before alligator attack.
Bryan Vasquez tragically passed away drowning after being attacked by an alligator.
And happening right now, work is now underway to remove those gators from that New Orleans East area. We have team coverage for you on those efforts and the investigation going on. We're going to begin with WDSU's Shay O'Connor and what we know so far about that investigation. Shay.
Stella and Randy, we are getting a better timeline of August 14th when 12-year-old Bryan Vasquez is said to have gotten out of his New Orleans East home in this area. Now, I just want to show you that video that you should see there.
All right, I'll make this bigger. You can
East home in this area. Now, I just want to show you that video that you should see there on your screen showing.
So after daylight even, this child, so this didn't happen in the dark. He got allegedly bit by this alligator and drowned daylight hours. Now it's early in the morning, really early. Daphne, you okay, girl?
Vasquez's last moments alive. He's seen running in the top left portion of your screen on Severus Street near the Lagoon, where he was found weeks later. This is between 6 or 7 a.m. on August 14th, according to sources that provided that video to me. Now, we also know that New Orleans police took the phone of Bryan's mother. Investigators say it may not lead to anything, but they aren't leaving any stone unturned.
And so when you ask me, do I expect some inaccuracies? Yes, but I don't have all the information. Also, I do want to emphasize we are not the only investigating body. There are other investigators who are doing an investigation into history here.
We also now know that Bryan's mom had been previously arrested for cruelty to a juvenile. Now, the Department of Wildlife and Fisheries has been tasked with pretty much eradicating this lagoon behind me from alligators. We're going to send things over to my colleague, Jonah Gilmore, with more on this.
Hey, Shay, yeah, those efforts are now underway to rid this lagoon of those alligators after finding out how 12-year-old Bryan Vasquez died. Now, take a look at this video coming here on your screen. According to the New Orleans Police Department Superintendent Ann Kirkpatrick, they have asked the Department of Wildlife and Fisheries to assist. As you heard, the cause of death for Vasquez.
Now, this is just 100% speculation, what I'm about to say, but I wonder did she find him and then beat the hell out of him and throw him in?
Has been ruled as blunt force trauma associated with a gator. Now, the gator in this body of water have been called a nuisance, something people who live in this community have echoed. Now, I spoke with one woman on the phone, and she tells.
Oh, thank you so much, honey. Thank you, Eagle. Thank you for covering this and for your passion for this sweet boy. Thank you so much, Eagle. I appreciate your support very much, and thank you for being a member as well. Thank you so much. I don't trust this woman. I do not trust this woman after knowing that. Yeah, it was a paycheck for her. Of course, she got a check after beating the fuck out of him and having a traumatic brain injury, a perfectly healthy kid.
Me often. Kids do not want to play in the area, fearing something bad could happen. She says now knowing this information about Bryan's death, it only adds to the fear they've been feeling. We're told the efforts to remove the gators will be starting today, but they did not say how the mission will be carried out.
We will have hunters in that body of water eradicating these nuisance alligators. We will have an NOPD presence.
And right now, there's no timeline on how long this will take. But we want to show you something we just saw. If you take a look in the distance, you can now see there's a boat that just entered the water back there with several people on that boat. We're unclear on if those are actually the gator hunters, but that boat just entered that water. Again, it's unclear on how many gators are in this water and what is the process going to be like to get the gators out. Reporting live in New Orleans East.
That's what I said. No, I mean, he was running around by himself at some point from like 4:30 to 7:30, like a few hours. And he's seen right here in broad daylight. Right. So it's just weird. It's really weird. Gators will attack boats, really? I've went on like one of those, I don't know, I call them a fan boat out in the Everglades where there's fucking gators everywhere. Ooh. Broad daylight, yeah. I mean, it's not the alligators. Alligators do what alligators do. Right? Airboats, is that what they're called? Yeah. There's a lot.
Jonah Gilmore, WDSU News.
There's way too many alligators. Right.
A thermal drone that located 2 alligators and Bryan underwater. The United
They cannot be rehabilitated, January. No, they can't. I've said it. Just like these abusers, they cannot be rehabilitated. Nope. Nope. At all.
Cajun Navy says the drone spooked the alligators and resurfaced with Bryan's little body. Drone pilot Jonathan Gassander says he immediately alerted state police, who then deployed their own drones and recovered Bryan. The United Cajun Navy says they hope this unfortunate situation spurs change in the community, like more signage to prevent feeding alligators.
I've never seen anything like that, and I hope to never see anything like that again. The alligators that he surfaced with, one was very large. We estimate that he was anywhere from 9 to 11.5 feet. The second alligator, smaller, probably 6.5 feet.
Tonight, a memorial will take place right in front of Bryan's home, where they will walk from his home to the lagoon where he was found. Loved ones invite anyone to come out to come pray and support with them. Reporting in New Orleans East, Anam Siddiqui, WDSU News.
Thank you. And of course, there is a vigil for Bryan Vasquez tonight. It's going to be at 5300 Bouquet Street. He went missing 2 weeks ago on August 14th. That vigil set to happen at 5 o'clock tonight. Well, happening right now, some home.
I want to see this. Timeline unfolds in Bryan Vasquez's death. Well, the reason he was nonverbal. This is the mother. This was the mother right here. Let me show you this. This is the mother. What a bitch. That little boy. Shame on you, lady. Shame on you. They did a memorial for little Bryan. Yeah, she wasn't crying or anything.
Tonight walk the same path that 12-year-old Bryan Vasquez took from his home to a nearby lagoon where his body was found.
Andres Fuentes spoke to mourners who came out to say goodbye.
Vasquez let
That's what people keep saying, that she knows English and she's just not speaking in English. She's trying to play dumb.
a group of more than 100 people walking the same route her son Bryan made 2 weeks ago. This week, her 12-year-old son's body
She was the short
recovered
one.
in a nearby lagoon after New Orleans police say he was attacked by an alligator and drowned.
Yeah, New Orleans.
Long walk, to be honest, and I'm very surprised how no one could have saw him, could have helped him. It's a big community out here, lots of houses.
The trek ended 0.6 miles from Bryan's family's home, near the water where the United Cajun Navy found the boy's body.
Lead. Guide.
And after the family prayed and said their final goodbyes, volunteers erected this cross in his memory.
I have a kid that has autism too, so I decided to come help. Thanks to God, never happened to me, but I couldn't believe, I couldn't imagine how would it be.
Jason Rivera was one of hundreds of people who helped in grassroots searches for Bryan for 12 days across New Orleans East. He was touched that those who helped find Bryan.
Was there a GoFundMe? Was there a GoFundMe? I don't know.
Were there to say their final goodbyes too.
I didn't imagine it would be that much
Hey,
of support
Fun
we would
Sats.
be getting.
I know how I feel to have a child missing. It has happened like several times.
Many like Zola Veals attended Thursday's vigil after going through their own experiences with autistic children. She says the best thing
Not
for the family
autistic.
right now, continued love from the community.
You have people around you that help you go through the grieving process.
Now, as of right now, the family says that they hope to have some sort of funeral planned.
What is it, Carla? I stood there and showed her the video of Justin, and I swear she knew everything I was talking about. Who? The mother? Do you mean the mother, Carla? Robbed of his life he should have had. Well, he should have been a healthy boy until his mother beat the hell out of him. You showed the mom my video? She knew what I was saying? Of course she knew. Yeah. I hope she watches me now.
In the coming weeks for Bryan. Back to you guys on the desk.
All right, Andres. Family members.
Unbelievable. Unfreaking believable. That's crazy. Let me see if there's anything else of Bryan on here. Let's see what the latest is. Yep, they're launching the death investigation, and I'm glad. This is where
We want to tell you the
you can't really
priority
hear.
for this week. The priority has been
I showed you all that. Okay. Unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. They should enact the manual's law immediately and also prosecute. Yes. Yep. Retroactive cases. I agree. 1,000%. Something's got to be done. Oh, this is where the United Cajun Navy talks about this as well.
Mike McDaniel, that breaking news, the body of the 12-year-old boy who went missing from his New Orleans East home was found. Agencies have been searching for Bryan Vasquez since the 14th. Alyssa Curtis joining us now live from New Orleans East. Alyssa, of course, not the outcome we were hoping for here. What did search crews find him?
And Jaden.
Yeah, Mike, unfortunately, a very sad situation and not at all the outcome that everyone was hoping for. The United Cajun Navy tells me they pulled Bryan's body out of the water this morning. We know the United Cajun Navy and several other agencies have been working now for nearly 2 weeks to find Bryan and bring him home. The United Cajun Navy tells me they deployed several drones as well as dog teams from several states. They tell me the dogs hit several times in certain areas over and over, but the environmental circumstances made it difficult.
The dogs were hitting over the course of every day. The issue was it was moving. You know, they were hitting in a certain area, but once again, we were dealing with the decaying vegetation on the bottom and the wind. So, and in the heat, you know, the dogs can only work so long. So we knew that we was in the right area. We just had to find him.
The United Cajun Navy tells me they spoke with Bryan's mother and family this morning to deliver the news.
Oh
And of
my
course,
God, I'm
they
gonna
were
show y'all
distraught.
something.
The United Cajun Navy tells me, of course, this is not the outcome everyone was hoping for, but they are happy they were able to bring some answers and some finality to this family who have been left in the dark and wondering where Bryan has been for, again, nearly 2 weeks now. Unfortunately, that's really all the information that we have at this moment. NOPD held a press conference this morning, but we were not allowed to get into the press conference. A lot of these streets are blocked off, and usually there is a media staging area, and a lot of the officers know to let us in during these circumstances. As we are media, we told them several times, hey, we're with WWL TV. We are trying to get to a media staging area. No one let us in anywhere. We were kind of
She reminds me of Olivia.
dealt with a runaround for several hours. Finally, we were able to get in and the press conference had finished. I expressed some concern with NOPD PIOs and told them, hey, this is what happened. And they told us anyone who could talk to us has now left the scene. I offered to meet someone somewhere and they told me that was not an option. They said that we should have known as they were sending a press release. We never got that press.
I don't really care for the police there either, to be honest with you. I don't think they're that great either.
Release. I also emailed them before we got out here very early this morning, as soon as we got some leads that something was happening down here, and no one reached out.
I'm so happy for Olivia. I can't even tell you. I've known for quite some time, but they just recently put it out there, so I'm so happy for him. She has brain damage from his mom, right? Yes. Brain let me see what it says. I forget where it was. When he was 3 months old, he was taken to the hospital for extensive injuries, a damaged lung, fractured legs, not 1, 2, legs, a fractured skull, retinal hemorrhages, his injuries were acute, suspicious, non-accidental. The mom received charges in 2014. She then pleaded guilty to neglect, treatment, or neglect, according to NOLA. He was placed into foster care and then returned to mom. In 2021, Bryan again had bruises and tapeworms. Documents say his disability was classified as traumatic brain injury, non-accidental, even though his mother said he had autism. Just like Jaden, just like Emmanuel, these people don't learn. She abused him once, right? Then in 2021, he's got bruises on him again and he's got tapeworms. They didn't take him out of the fucking house. They didn't slap her ass in jail. And now he got out, allegedly, probably running for his life. Gabriel Fernandez, yeah. Like Jack and Lily, they're like sex offenders. You cannot rehabilitate these fucking people. Thank you, Ruby. Pardon my mouth, guys. I apologize. I get really passionate.
Back to me. No one emailed me back. I called NOPD PIO Reese Harper several times. He never got back to me until much later after the press conference. So we are very frustrated that we are left with basically no information about this huge, important developing story. We are told that an NOPD press conference will be held later this afternoon, but I'm still standing by on confirmation for that. So as soon as I learn any other information, of course, I'll do my best to bring that to you guys. For now, reporting live in New Orleans East, Alyssa Curtis, WWL Louisiana.
All right, Alyssa, thank you so much for that.
Yes. So he was found with an alligator. Supposedly got him during the early morning time. He's last seen on camera at around 7:30 in the morning. And he crushed his skull, I guess. Blunt force trauma to the skull. I don't know.
Twist to the days-long search for 12-year-old.
Oh, thank you, Uniquely. Thank you, Holly Bali. Thank you, Mamacita. Hope you and your hubby doing okay. Keeping you in our prayers. My dear, if you received that, please make sure you thank our beautiful Holly.
Bryan Vasquez. Police say they found the boy's body just steps away from his home in a lagoon.
And now several investigations are
There was two
underway to figure out
alligators
what
that
happened
had
to
it.
Bryan and whether he may have been failed by the system built to
Oh,
protect him.
shit. I forgot
WDSU
to show
reporter
y'all.
Jasmine.
Sorry, guys. I forgot to show y'all this. Let me get back to that. Let me get back to this. Look at this. Oh, my head is busting. $14,071 raised for the family fund. Aid for Bryan Vasquez funeral and family fund. And family fund. They'll bury him as cheap as they fucking can. And family fund. No, it needs to go all to the funeral. All to the funeral. That's it. You don't get a damn thing. You are the one that pled guilty for knocking him in the head, puncturing his lung, a brain bleed, retina bleed, and fractured legs, bruises, and tapeworms. What is a family fund? It's a way of saying for his funeral, and we'll take the rest. This is the friend of the mother that speaks for her. Handsome little guy, isn't he? To mom from Bryan. See, they love their mamas regardless. Even though they get the shit beat out of them and they have to heal from traumatic brain injuries, and you can't heal from that. And tapeworms and bruises and retina bleeds and brain bleeds. Still love their mamas. Piece of shit lady. As this difficult time, we, the family and friends of Bryan Vasquez, would like to request your donation in support to cover funeral expenses and family needs. Bryan Vasquez went missing on August 14th, 2025 at around 5:20 a.m. Bryan Vasquez remains were found on August 26, 2025. We are in need of donation and to cover all the costs. Bryan's life and death will bring many changes to the entire state of Louisiana and the world. These funds will be used for the funeral and legal representation. Legal representation. Got it. Thank you, General. Thank you so much, my dear. Appreciate you gifting a pearl necklace. Thank you so much. Good to see you. You received that. Make sure you thank our dear General for gifting that. Thank you so much, my dear. Really do appreciate your support very, very much. Thank you, Gia. Many laws to punish, so few preserve or preventative, resources. Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I wouldn't give her a dime. I wouldn't give her a dime. Probably a local funeral home will probably donate the funeral expenses. Or if I did donate, it would go straight to the funeral home. Oh, why do they need legal representation? Because that bitch has got some worrying to do. Why would anyone donate for a lawyer after what we've heard? Well, they shroud it in funeral expenses, right? And legal representation. And to be honest with you, that woman, I thought she was, in my opinion, I thought she was a good woman in the beginning. Like, but now she's still sticking up for knowing what she did to Bryan. Yeah, she claimed he was autistic. Claimed autistic as fraud. Yeah. It's in the terms of service? Really? The legal representation? I'm surprised she has not got the other kids taken away yet. I really am. I'm very surprised about that. Really, really, really surprised. This is mom. Right here. Right there. Watch the way she acts.
Care of him. But most important of all,
This is the woman, I think, from what it looks like, not 100%, but in my opinion, this looks like the woman. I think this is the woman doing the fundraiser.
return him to me. That's exactly what she said. Yes.
All right. Can you raise your question?
Yes.
Walk us through how your family is feeling right now. We know he's just a child, 12 years old, nonverbal. How have you all been dealing with it?
¿Cómo está sentido usted, tu familia, con desde que él desapareció? ¿Qué es los movimientos que estamos haciendo?
Bueno, desde que él desapareció,
Since he disappeared,
I don't think so.
Como ya no sé, ya saben, yo me di cuenta hasta las 10 de la mañana.
As y'all know, I wasn't aware until 10 o'clock in the morning.
Desde las 10 de la mañana yo empecé.
As y'all know,
As y'all know, I wasn't aware until 10 o'clock in the morning.
he wasn't aware till 10 o'clock in the morning, but he got out at 4 or something.
De las 10 de la mañana yo empecé a llamar a la policía.
Since 10 o'clock in the morning, I started calling the police.
Sin embargo, la policía nunca, a pesar de que les expliqué que el niño no era un niño especial, necesitaba su medicamento y que podía andar desnudo, la policía nunca llegó a mi casa.
Even though I called the police and I told them that I have
Doesn't
a
look too
special
sad,
needs
does
child,
she?
that he's 12 years old and that he may be naked and that he's missing, the police never showed up at my house.
Hasta las 4 de la tarde que yo fui a una estación de policía.
Until at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, where I was
Yes.
brought to a police station to make the report.
Yep, exactly. Bingo, Mohawk. So the other child was locked in the bedroom at 10 in the morning. Yep. Why is it always 10 a.m. in these cases? Yeah. Because she said she locked them in their room, or she told the sibling to lock the bedroom door, and he got out. But the other kid got up before 10 o'clock, and Bryan wasn't there.
Entonces, hasta entonces empezaron a, bueno, fui a la estación a las 4 de la tarde.
Well, at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, I
Doesn't
went
look
to the
like a
police
grieving mother
station.
to me.
Más sin embargo, nadie se apareció hasta ahí por las 8 de la noche.
Even though I showed up at 4 o'clock in the police station,
Después de eso,
they showed up at my house at 8 p.m.
Después de eso, quien se ha encargado en estar en contacto conmigo es el
Detective
Bravo.
And ever since then, who's been in contact with me on a daily is Detective Bravo.
Y pues aquí con todas gracias a la ayuda de toda esta gente en la comunidad que me está apoyando.
With the help of all of our community members, I'm very grateful for the work they're doing.
Bueno, pues lo único que sé es que se ha buscado el niño y que dicen que por aquí ya está descartado. Entonces yo tengo la esperanza de que mi niño siga con vida, que alguien lo tiene.
The
She
police
smiles
has
at
searched
them.
this area, and from what they're telling me is that they have cleared some of this area. So I still have hope that my son is with someone, maybe alive, and I just want them to return my child.
Solo que me devuelvan a mi bebé.
Please just return my baby.
Mi bebé no habla.
My baby don't talk.
Si alguien lo tiene, mi niño, que no tenga miedo.
If
Mi
my-
niño no habla, no va a reconocer a quien sea que lo tenga.
Tell him
If
why he
somebody
doesn't
has
talk.
my child against their will, don't worry about it. My baby can't talk. He can't identify you. He will
Tell him
never
why.
say who you are. Just return my baby.
And since he is nonverbal, how, if someone sees him, what should they do?
Well, he's not verbal, but he can hear. I know there's a lot of news that said he's not, that he's deaf. He is not deaf. Bryan can hear. He'll bang on things. He will respond. He will walk to you because he's going to school. The school calls him Bryan V. So he answers. He will walk to you. He'll probably hug you and try to climb on you and things like that. But he's a very happy child. Very, if somebody has him, he's very imperative, but he's a loving child.
And I know this is an incredibly difficult time for you guys. We're several days out now. Could you just kind of tell us, what's going through your mind right now?
¿Qué está pasando por tu mente ahorita? Sabemos que son 4 días y es bien difícil.
No puedo explicarlo.
I cannot explain to you.
Nadie puede imaginarse lo que yo estoy viviendo.
Nobody can imagine what I'm going through.
Solo quiero mi niño de vuelta.
I just want my baby back.
Por favor.
Please.
Yeah. Tell him why he can't talk. The reason he can't talk is because you beat him in the head. What a shame. What a shame. Whose kids are still in bed at 10 a.m.? Anybody? Unbelievable. She says she called at 10. She called at 10 o'clock. She went to the, I guess, the precinct, the police station at 4 o'clock, and they didn't show up till 10 o'clock. Oh, that's okay, Juji. Thank you for being here. Locked in the bedroom at 10 a.m. Yes, because there was a sibling in the bedroom with Bryan. A lot of kids will sleep in until after 10. One second. So, just like Jack and Lily, 10 a.m. Yep. Yep, exactly. Exactly. So I hope hold on. Oh, this is good. This is we got a mugshot. Got a mugshot. Got a mugshot. My head is pounding.
Also, some new documents today about the mother's criminal history. WDSU investigative reporter Aubrey Killian been digging through the arrest records. What have you uncovered?
Hey, Gina Solo. So I spent the day at criminal court today, and a warning, the details in the documents, they're pretty graphic. So court records reveal that Hilda Vasquez was convicted of cruelty to Bryan.
Kathy, honey, just sent you a text, had lung surgery today. I'm here in the bushes always. Oh, Kathy, love you, sweetheart. Praying for you, darling. Thank you. Praying for a speedy recovery. You've been going through it, girl, with your heart and your lungs. I did, Sheila. Thank you, honey. Keeping you in our prayers, Kathy. If you need anything, we're here. You know that.
Regained custody to her son.
Look at the mugshot, but we're going to get a closer up.
Despite documentation of very severe injury sustained. This is Hilda Vasquez mugshot. Records show in 2013, a 3-month-old baby
let me take this off.
Documentation of very severe injury sustained. This is Hilda Vasquez mugshot. Records show in 2013.
There she was in 2013. I wonder if she's here legally. I don't know, but these child abusers, I hope they all send them to a fucking island.
This is Hilda Vasquez mugshot. Records show in 2013, a 3-month-old baby was abused. According to the documents, that baby is her son, Bryan. She and her boyfriend were watching TV, and her son began to scream as if someone was squeezing him. She stated he was vomiting blood and milk and stopped breathing.
Shut the fuck up. What? Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. He was vomiting blood and milk.
So she called an. She and her boyfriend were watching TV, and her son began to scream as if someone was squeezing him. She stated he was vomiting blood and milk and stopped breathing. So she called an ambulance. Court records show multiple injuries, blood and milk. And
Miss Vasquez stated her son has never been left in anyone else's care outside of her presence. Miss Vasquez stated on Wednesday, November 20th, 2013, her son was lying on the bed in her bedroom. She and her boyfriend were watching television, and her son began to scream as if someone was squeezing him. Yeah, because he got the fuck beat out of him, and he was internal bleeding. Miss Vasquez stated he was vomiting blood and milk and stopped breathing. So she called the ambulance. Her son was transported to the hospital and was later told that he had a hole in his lung and fractures in his legs and skull. Ms. Vasquez did not explain how her son obtained those injuries. You bitch. It does. I'm just a little fired up. Now, gee, thank you. He literally stopped breathing. He literally stopped breathing.
Stopped breathing, so she called an ambulance. Court records show multiple injuries, including a punctured lung, retinal hemorrhages to the left eye, fractures to both legs with outward deformation at the ankles, and a skull fracture with swelling. According to the records, these were injuries caused by Helda. The diagnosis, child abuse. According to the records, the mom did not explain how the injuries occurred. One court record stated supervised visits would be in the best interests, recommending the following schedule: 1 hour-long visits in the jail 3 times per week. Each visit supervised not only by deputies working in the jail, but also by a DCFS social worker. But that all changed. Records show she was given probation. Then in 2017,
you hear that? Hear that? You hear that? 1 hour-long visits in the jail 3 times per week. Each visit is to be supervised not only to deputies work in the jail, but also DCFS, social worker. Some visits may also include work with the LSU infant team and a team of trained professionals who conduct therapy sessions with both child and mother.
not only by deputies working in the jail,
Hold on.
did not explain how the injuries occurred. One court record stated supervised visits would be in the best interests, recommending the following schedule: 1 hour-long visits in the jail 3 times per week. Each visit.
How do you get to visit the baby 3 times a week after legs were broke, ribs, lung punctured, legs, not 1, 2?
Supervise not only.
And that's what I was wondering. Like, who puts a child in a jail? You know how scary that is for adults?
By deputies working in the jail, but also by a DCFS social worker. But that all changed. Records show she was given probation. Then in 2017, she was arrested for violation of probation.
It's one more factor. It's just one more part of this investigation that the New Orleans Police Department and other agencies will look into. I'm sure they will dig deeper into the court record. I'm sure they will dig deeper in working with.
That's what they always say. We'll look into our fuck ups. We'll just, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Department of Children and Family Services. Quite certain there's information in there that's going to be confidential that the general public may not be aware of. So we have to let this investigation move forward and unfold, and know that everyone involved wants to know how this happened, and they want to prevent it from happening again.
Get them on an offender
So the
list.
family says the mother is a victim of domestic violence, which they claim is connected to that abuse crime, but that information is not listed in the documents. DCFS and the Orleans Public Defender's Office not commenting. Sala, back to you.
Aubrey, thank you. Our investigation continues on WDSU.com. That's where you can get a full report of the mother's arrest history and previous statements from police on why they seized her phone.
News at noon.
And we begin with breaking news on the death of 12-year-old Bryan Vasquez, the 12-year-old who slipped out of his home in New Orleans East 2 weeks ago today. He was discovered dead yesterday in a lagoon after being attacked by an alligator. and subsequently drowned. Now, as the NOPD is investigating this case, WDSU Investigates has learned that his mother has been convicted of child abuse before, with new documents being revealed from court. WDSU investigative reporter Aubrey Killian is live at noon for us, just stepping out of the courthouse with these late breaking details. And we do want to warn our viewers, some of this information might be hard to hear. Aubrey.
Hey, Randy, that's right. So, yeah, I just stepped outside of court and got my hands on these documents. Like you mentioned, a bit of a warning, they are graphic, but they do show, according to these documents that we just obtained, Hilda Vasquez, Brian's mother, pled guilty to second-degree cruelty to juveniles. So take a look at your screen. I want to walk you through the details. This right here is her mugshot. Records show back in November of 2013, a 3-month-old male victim who, according to these records, is later identified as Bryan, was vomiting blood and he stopped breathing. An ambulance was called and he was taken to the hospital. Records show he had a collapsed lung, his ankles, legs, and skull fractured. According to these records, these were injuries that were apparently caused by Hilda with the diagnosis as child abuse. The records also state the mom did not explain how the injuries occurred. One portion stating before he was taken to the hospital, Hilda and her boyfriend were apparently watching TV. Records show that she was sentenced 5 years, but was then given probation. And then it appears before that guilty plea, one court record stating supervised visits would be in the best interest. It does appear that she was later able to have custody of her son. We reached out to the public defender's office. They told us no comment. Stay with us as we're going through these new details. Back to you.
All right.
Okay. I'm looking at something here. Oh, God. Bless America. Yeah, but she was given probation. She didn't go for 5 years. It wasn't long. Upon examination at the hospital, it was learned that the victim suffered multiple injuries, including brain hemorrhaging, retinal hemorrhaging to the left eye, fractures on both legs with outward deformation at the ankles, and a skull fracture with swelling on the skull, a hole in his lung with fractures to his legs. Based on Miss Vasquez being the sole caregiver of her 3-month-old son, coupled with the fact that the victim suffered acute injuries which occurred to the victims the victim doctors were suspicious, diagnosed with child physical abuse. 1 second. Okay, we saw that one. Oh, this is a new one. Okay. 1 second. Okay. Boy, just absolutely crazy. Unbelievable. There she is. Oh. Hilda Vasquez, 1 hour long visitation. Miss Vasquez moves that the protective order be lifted or limited for no other purpose. Miss Vasquez, in accordance with DCFS, mandated case plan request to the extent the sheriff will permit the following visitation schedule. Just amazing that fractures on both legs with outward deformation at the ankles. I'm surprised he didn't have a hard time walking. I really am. Like after this. Evil witch. Anything else? Fractures to the skull. Take this right. Detective Pruitt learned from, there's another Pruitt, God, from the victim's doctors that injuries were acute and suspicious of non-accidental trauma. The diagnosis was physical abuse. So insane. Okay. Let me check this. Is there anything else here? I think it's the same thing. Yeah, I showed y'all that. Give me 2 seconds, y'all. This is by, I want that document, but it won't let me view it. Otherwise I have to subscribe. Court documents reveal horrific abuse leading to the death of an 8-year-old. I just saw this. There's so many of abuse, guys. It's unimaginable. Yeah. Okay. What is it? Oh, another one just like Emmanuel, just like Jaden, just like all of them. Am I missing something in chat? Am I the only person who ever questions the humanity and capabilities of the judges? No. No, something is wrong. I don't understand what the mom was doing in the country if she couldn't speak English. They said she could speak English. They said now conveniently she's just not. Yeah. Guys, I'll be back here in a little bit. We're going to be doing a members only, and then we may do another just regular live here in a little bit. What is going on in chat? What's going on? I don't know what's going on. Guys, what's going on? Let's all get along. We're all pearls. All right, guys. Much love, everyone. I'll see you guys in just a little bit. Make sure the members check out the live in a little bit, okay? All right, guys. Bye-bye.